Welcome to East Alabama Today, featuring topics, events, and interesting people from all over East Alabama. Hosted by Carl Brady. Now, let's get right to the show. Here's Carl Brady.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to East Alabama Today. I'm your host, Carl Brady, and as you can see, we are not in the studio today. Far from it. We are in the beautiful, historic Mort Amphitheater in Gadsden. And why are we here? Because we're going to be talking about the summer concert series that takes place here at the amphitheater on the first Friday of every month, starting in May and running through August. A great series of concerts and music, and we've got all the details coming up for you very shortly. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about how you can get in touch with me if you have an idea for the show. If you have a special event going on in your community or in your neck of the woods, we need to know about it. So what we need you to do is send me an email, cbrady@tv24.tv. Fairs, festivals, special events, things like the summer concert series that are going on in your community. Let me know what's happening, and you never know, you may find your event featured here on East Alabama Today. Now, we also want to know about the interesting people who live in your community. Maybe you know someone who's a writer, an artist, or a musician. Maybe they have an odd or an interesting hobby and you think they would be a great guest for our show. Let me know about those folks as well, again, by sending me an email, cbrady@tv24.tv. And if you ever want to go back and see a show that you missed, maybe review some information from a previous show, you can do that very easily. All of our shows are online on demand at tv24.tv. Simply go to our website, go to the on-demand section, click on East Alabama Today, and you'll have a complete selection of recent shows that you can go back and watch again at your convenience, right there on your computer, your tablet, your phone, however you choose to watch the show. Well, folks, again, we are really pleased to be here in Gadsden at the historic Mort Amphitheater. We'll be talking about this year's summer concert series when we come back, so stay with us. Well, welcome back into East Alabama Today. Again, I'm Carl Brady, and as you can see, we are at one of my favorite locations in the city of Gadsden, the Mort Amphitheater, and my guest is Janet Tarrance, and we've got a lot of things going on that involve the amphitheater here, so we're going to be talking about that and some other things coming up around the city of Gadsden. But the Mort Amphitheater, just a little bit of history for you, built in 1935 by the WPA. And it has been the site of many, many, many special events since 1935 here in the city of Gadsden. It's a very special place. I remember one particular wedding that took place here, but we won't talk about that in any detail at this point. And lots of concerts, lots of fun events, plays have been done here. And in recent years, Janet, you guys have really put this place to good use with what you call the summer concert series that is related to the First Friday events throughout the summer.
We have, and I tell you, not only do I love this venue, but this event has been so much fun the past, I think this is our 7th year, and it just gets better and bigger every year, and it's something that the community really, really looks forward to.
It's been so much fun. You know, when you first start something like this, you really don't know how it's going to go over, whether you're going to have a huge crowd or a small crowd or how people are going to respond to it. But with the summer concert series, the response has been incredible. The amphitheater here holds roughly 1,600 people, and I think you've got them packed in here tight on those first Friday nights during the summer.
We do. It's so much fun. What we discovered was when we first kind of tossed around the idea several years ago, you know, Kay Moore, who does First Friday, she does such an amazing job. I mean, really and truly, when we got her, we got a jewel, because she has really done wonders with downtown, and this First Friday event has really taken off. And she is actually on our summer concert committee, and just from talking to her and the number of people that come into town and stuff for this event, we realized that maybe people were not ready to go home.
Yeah.
You know, after, 8:30, 9 o'clock, First Friday starts ending. And it's like, what do we do next?
It's still early, especially in the summertime.
In the summertime, and it's a great time of year. People are feeling good, and then they want to get out and do something. And so we tossed around this idea, and this venue is absolutely wonderful. I mean, it's like a gold mine that, you know, people are just discovering. There's so many people who do not realize, you know,
that this is here, even though it's been here since 1935. Most people
like
don't realize it's here.
There are lots of events and graduations and parties and weddings and everything that went on here, but still people don't know about it. And this has kind of introduced people to the AMP again.
Yeah.
And so we discovered that let's do this, let's try it and see. And like you said, it has become one of the most popular events, you know, following First Friday that we've seen. And every year we'll start getting, hey, you know, who have you got playing? Can you tell us yet? Are you going to reveal it yet? And so the planning, you know, starts around January, trying to locate the bands and everything. And every year I think we've tweaked it just a little bit and got better bands and brought, you know, and this year, I mean, so excited about this year.
Oh, it looks like a good lineup for this year. And the first event in the summer concert series is coming up on May the 6th, which is the first Friday in May. So go to First Friday, go downtown on Broad Street, walk around down there, enjoy the music and the entertainment, the antique cars and all the things that happen on First Friday. And then you don't even have to move your car from wherever you parked, because we're only a couple of blocks off Broad Street, and just walk over here to the Amphitheater, and the music gets started shortly after First Friday ends.
Right at 8:30 sharp. I mean, we'll do a little introductory, talk about our sponsors, who without our sponsors, and I'm sure we'll talk about them in a little while, we could not put this event on. You know, we have a committee, and it's not just Parks and Rec people, like I said, Kay Moore and Hugh Stump with the tourism, Jay Hedgepath, Nanda Patel, you know, all of those people who are extremely involved in the community have come on this committee to make this happen. And we all work extremely hard to go out to get sponsors who will pay for this event. All of that money goes to this event.
And that's exactly so that you can make it free to the public.
Right.
This is not a charged event. There's no admission fee for the summer concert series. It's just come on in and have some fun.
Hey, bring your date, your family, your friends, bring your cushions, your coolers. It's all free. You just come in and you have yourself a good time.
Yeah. I know you're always posting pictures on Facebook afterwards, and there's a lot of people dancing and carrying on and having a really good time as part of it.
Yes, listen, I love to see, like the moms and dads will get out there, and you'll see daddies dancing with the little girls, or, you know, moms dancing with their sons. That's memories right there. And you know, we've all been in here and been doing things and seeing this happen, and it's like that is good memories to take home. You know, and then you'll have, you know, people bring their dates here and they'll dance, and it's so sweet. I just love it.
And you're outside, you're under the stars on a summer night listening to some great music. And speaking of the great music, this year you're going to kick off. It's almost like you started off with the best instead of saving for the best for the last. You got the Tams coming in, and they are a classic, legendary, what would you call them? Kind of a bluesy R&B.
Motown. I mean, they play a wide variety. They've had several #1 hits.
Yeah.
This group, I mean, they are absolutely amazing. They are going to put on a show. And I tell you, I have not seen them in person, but they are, what I've seen of them on TV, if they do half of what they do on their videos and their Facebook accounts and all that, buddy, you better be ready, because they're fixing to tear this place down.
Yeah, absolutely. They have been around since the early 60s, I believe, with gold records, platinum records, #1 hits. It's all music. I don't think anybody who watches this is going to say, I've never heard of the Tams.
Right.
I believe most people will have heard of them. So getting them here for the first event, what a way to kick off the summer.
It is. I mean, I've had a very good response to you know, when people say, how did you get them, you know, and I was like, well, we got lucky, you know. They happen
you just have to ask and hope they have an empty date. Yeah.
They happen to have an opening date. Of course, they'll be leaving here and going somewhere else for Saturday,
right.
But you know, they're very excited about coming here. We're extremely excited about them, you know, coming here too. And so it's going to be a great night. You can get out, do some dancing, enjoy great music. You know, I mean, it's going to be a blast.
And that is the first event of the entire series, which is coming up on May the 6th, which is the first Friday in May. And we've got other things coming up, other events throughout the summer, other groups as part of this event. So we'll talk about those when we come back here in just a moment. Hang out with us. Welcome back into East Alabama today. We are at the historic Mort Amphitheater in beautiful downtown Gadsden. A beautiful day today, and it's a beautiful place for special events, concerts, things that are going on throughout the summer and the fall. Every year at one of Gadsden's hidden treasures, as we mentioned earlier, it's been here since 1935, but people still aren't quite aware that we have this beautiful old amphitheater right here in the heart of downtown overlooking the river. You can look out from the side over there, and there's the river, the bridges, all those things. So beautiful place. We're talking about this year's summer concert series, and we told you we're going to start the concert series with the first Friday in May, May the 6th, with the Tams. Then we move on to June. The first Friday in June is June the 3rd. And if you like Beatles music, this is going to be a good group to come to see. They're called the Wanna Beatles.
I know. I'm so excited. You know, most groups who are legends, like the Beatles, they all tend to have a tribute band.
Tribute bands, right.
And I know there are a couple of tribute bands for the Beatles, and usually in different areas of the United States and outside the states as well. But this is one of the #1 bands as far as Beatles go.
Yeah.
And they're going to put on a great show. They're going to play some of our favorites, Can't Buy Me Love, and you know, all of those good Beatles songs that we love.
Yeah.
They've got the look, you know, they look like
they wear
the
the
Beatles.
costumes, they play the instruments. Yeah, it's incredible.
The personality. So, you know, that's going to be such a fun night. If you're a Beatles fan, or if you're not, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
So, and it's free. I keep you know, trying to stress that, because I still get phone calls, even after years and years of doing this. Hey, how much is it? You know, I'm like, it's free.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's so funny because we have a lot of people who came last year toward the end for the first time, and they're like, hey, this is great. When are y'all going to do it again? And I'm like, well, we've been doing it for, 6 years.
Yeah,
you know?
6 years all summer long.
Anyway, if you've never been, or if you have been, I mean, you're going to want to come. So.
Yeah. I think these guys are going to be great. I'm a fan of the Beatles, and my taste in Beatles music has changed a little bit over the years. I started off as an early Beatles fan, where they really sounded like they were doing songs from the 50s and 60s, and then toward the 1968, 69, 70, they got into that psychedelic kind of music, and I've kind of got where I like the psychedelic Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, some of that the later Beatles stuff is pretty good. So I'm anxious to see this group.
I'm very, very excited. And then July.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about the July concert.
These guys will have been here before, right?
They have. And the thing about them is, and we haven't talked about this, what happens if it rains?
Right.
We try to have a rain plan. And the last time they came, it was 2 years ago, and it rained, and we had to, of course, move them into Convention Hall. And I'm telling you, you could have not packed one more person in Convention Hall for Seven Bridges. It's the Eagles Tribute Band, the ultimate Eagles Tribute Band. And I'm telling you, they have a light show. I mean, these guys were absolutely amazing. It will be hard to get a seat that night.
Yeah.
We've packed this place out a couple of times with, the Funk Monsters, the Journey Tribute Band Departure. This will be another one of those nights.
Yeah.
It'll be the night where we have people standing on the sides here looking over because there's
they can't get inside.
We do pray for good weather, like we always do. We have actually been very fortunate. I think there's been 3 times in the past 7 years that we've had rain.
Oh, wow.
So the good Lord's blessed us with that, and I hope He continues to. So, but it will be one of those nights you want to get here, you want to get a seat, because they're going to put on a show.
Absolutely. And then you move on into August,
Yes.
and is August the last one?
It is the last one.
Yeah, and the schedule, the date on that is August the 5th, for the first Friday in August, and you've got Jim Quick and Coastline. Tell me about these guys.
Oh, they're classified as shag music.
Okay,
which is really
Carolina beach music. Yeah.
And I've seen them, talked to them. They're excited about coming, and I think they're going to put on a great show. They've played in a lot of places, South Carolina and Florida and places like that. So if you like the beach music, put your hula skirt on, get you a lei, come on, have a great time. I'm sure we usually throw out leis and things like that when we do our beach themed stuff. So that's going to be fun. And what a way to kind of wrap up the summer. Kind of wrapping it up with the beach band, and then open it up, of course, with the Towns, the Bang. But they're going to be a fun group, and they're going to play all your beach favorites. They've got some albums out themselves. I'm sure they'll throw in some of their own music, so that'll be very interesting to hear.
Wanted to mention too.
They're award-winning. They've won some awards and stuff. So
awesome. I wanted to mention too that the July first Friday is July 1st,
right?
Which is obviously Independence Day weekend. So that's going to be a huge weekend with a lot of stuff going on. So you may even have a bigger crowd than you think you're going to have, even though it's already expected to be an overflow
what a way
crowd.
To start off, Independence weekend.
Started off with a big free concert
weekend
here, and then there will be fireworks at some point over the next few days, and things going on all over the community for 4th of July weekend.
I tell you, we just have so much going on in Gadsden. People don't understand, it's a great place to live.
It is. I
mean, we always have something going on.
You still hear a lot that there's nothing to do, there's nothing going on, nothing happening. But if you pay attention to what's going on around you, there are things going on every weekend, fun things that you can do, and inexpensive things, free things that you can do. And, in my job, it's my job to know about a lot of these things and to go to as many of them as I can. And there's so many things, I can't go to all of them. And there are people still complaining that there's nothing to do and nowhere to go. And I can't keep up because there's so many things going on. And speaking of other things going on, in addition to this First Friday summer concert series, you also have the Jazz in the Park series that starts that same weekend of May 6th on Sunday, May the 8th, and it's going to be here at the Amphitheater too, right?
It is. And I tell you, we offered one concert last year, Jazz in the Park. Unfortunately, it was one of those situations, it rained. We moved it into Convention Hall. But I tell you, I had a new outlook on jazz. It was absolutely amazing. And these guys, they musiccitysmooth.jazz, citymusicsmoothjazz.com.
Oh, okay.
You can go to their website and check them out. They have several different jazz bands that they will recycle, throughout the series. And this is a series as well. And this is sponsored by Parks and Rec, the City of Gadsden, the Mayor of the Council. They're the ones sponsoring this event. And I'm telling you, it was so much fun. It was refreshing. Top music to me.
And it's usually a little laid back and relaxing. You bring your picnic and you bring your cooler and just kind of sit and chill out and enjoy some really great music.
Right. And actually this falls on Mother's Day, so what a great way to bring a picnic, bring mom and have a Mother's Day picnic with jazz. This series will start, like we said, on the 8th, and I think it's we have 4 scheduled, and I think 3 of them will be in the month of May, the first 3 weeks of May, and it's my understanding they may go to a different location each week that they're here.
Oh, okay.
So they might be here one week, they might be at Knoxville Falls one week. We haven't gotten the schedule on that, but we will definitely have that on our Facebook page, on our It'll be out in the newspaper, the messenger, you know, something like that. So we definitely want to make sure that everybody knows Jazz in the Park. I mean, that's a great way to celebrate, you know, a Sunday afternoon. It starts at 6 o'clock.
There's so many great city parks around, too.
Right.
To move it to different location each time makes sense to me. Show off all the different city parks.
They're a lot of fun. And yeah, they're actually kind of, you can dance to them if you feel, you know.
You can.
Like you want to get up and move about. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had last year, our little, the first one we had, one of our employees' daughters, she loved it. And I'm telling you, she had me dancing the whole time. She outdanced me by far. She had more energy than what I had, though. We had a great time. And I do look forward to hanging out with her.
Yeah.
Carla's little girl, she is so sweet. So I look forward to hanging out with her some during Jazz in the Park.
Absolutely. And the first Jazz in the Park is coming up on Sunday, May the 8th here at the Amphitheater. And we'll take a break and we'll come back and wrap things up here in just a moment. So stay with us. Well, our final segment of East Alabama today here at the Mort Amphitheater in Gadsden. We've been talking about the City of Gadsden's Summer Concert Series, which falls on the first Friday night of May through August. Starting off in May, the first Friday night in May with the TAMs. That's May the 6th. Then we move to June, and that is going to be June the 3rd with the Wanna Beatles. July's act is July 1st, and that's going to be Seven Bridges. They're an Eagles tribute band. And rounding out the series on August 5th will be Jim Quick and Coastline. And that is the Summer Concert Series. And Janet, you couldn't do it without tons of sponsors.
I know. Listen, I'm telling you, these people are absolutely amazing. So, you know, I do ask if you see any of these people who work for any of these businesses that I'm about to recognize, please just go up and say thanks for sponsoring the concert, because I'm telling you, it would not happen without them. Of course, you know, Parks and Rec and City of Gadsden, you know, we help sponsor the event, but Greater Gadsden Tourism, Jack's, they are a couple of our major sponsors. We've got Northwest Mutual, of course, Mix, WQSB, The Power. They're our radio station who are coming to sponsor this year. We're very excited about having them on board. Holiday Inn Express, Regions Bank, Insurance Facilities, Alabama Power, Ronnie Watkins, of course, DGI. Yeah. I mean, we piggyback off them, plus they help sponsor the event. Rainbow City Pet Clinic, Dr. Patel, Family Savings, of course, the Messenger, Team One, Model Ts, all of these people, they give us money to put into this concert. And like I said, all of the money they put in, we put right back out, paying for the sound, paying for the bands, looking for bands who have never been here before to try to, you know, spice things up a little bit, have something for the community to do for free. And once again, you bring your date, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your coolers, your cushions. Have yourself a grand time. Starts at 8:30. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are. Hopefully you'll get to come to some of them.
Absolutely.
And dance under the stars. I'm excited.
It sounds like it. Well, folks, we've been talking about the Summer Concert Series here in Gadsden at the Mort Amphitheater, and we appreciate you hanging out with us today. We'll see you next time.